we're talking about door knocks, I just remembered like my favorite experience door knocking is back at the practice company. And like I was like kind of like I didn't really like door knocking because it was like, man, I don't want to do this, I don't wanna do that. But whatever the case might be, I went up there, door knocked this one dude. And I was like, I shot him with a joke for some reason. I don't know why it came out like that. I was like, man, I was like, let's say his name was John. I was like, man, John, like, man, you harder to find than me in a dark room. And he started busting up laughing. He's laughing hard. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. He's like, come on in, man. I've been waiting for you. I was like, oh man, thank God. It was funny. It was funny. I remember that. That was a good experience. That was a good experience.
Yeah. Not all of you guys can use that joke.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us for the Elite Sales Podcast. You know, we got my special co-host for today. We got Clifton Henry. We got Marlon Hernandez. And we got our special guest for today. We have new agent Julio Rivera joining us out of... Julio, are you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah. What part of New Mexico are you from?
I'm from Santa Fe, but I live here in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, okay.
Yeah.
I bet you everyone asks about Breaking Bad all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had some appointments that seem like I'm in Breaking Bad, which is crazy.
All right. Well, so Julio worked with Clifton Henry. Who how did you find?
So I found Julio actually through a recruiting platform that we use, and I spoke with him, I believe, back in December. We chopped it up, told him about the opportunity, and he went and I hopped on board. And I actually first met Julio. I met him at a convention in February. I didn't even know he was gonna pull up, so he hits me up. He's like, "Hey, Cliff, you at convention?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here." Like, "Where you at, man?" So we end up hanging out and talking and everything, and the rest is history, my man. The rest is history.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. So they're a recruiting platform. So how did you find us, Julio?
So I actually started in the insurance game. I was recruited by another company. I filled out a form online, and they contacted me, helped me get through licensing and all that. And I was going through their training, and that's when Clifton reached out, and it was just such a better opportunity. So I just pivoted to FFL because it was just better commission and working on your own. Instead of being captive to one company, it was multiple companies. So it just made a lot more sense.
Okay. So then pretty simple process as far as what Clifton told you. Just he broke it down for you, then you're like, I'm in.
Yeah, basically. I was basically in from the get-go, yeah. I pretty much stopped replying to that other place and just went full FFL.
Left them on red.
I found something better.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, I ghosted them, definitely.
So what was the main thing that brought you to Family First? Like, what was the biggest attraction for you?
I think just having so many options for the clients, like, as opposed to having one, I'm contracted with 8, so it's likely that I can help anyone out. And if I don't sell them, it's because either, they can't afford it or they just don't see the value. So it's not because we can't qualify them.
Okay. What was the comp difference from, without specific numbers, but like, was there?
Yeah, exactly. The comp difference between what I started at and what the other place offered me was about, I think, 30%. So, it was substantial.
Yeah. You still got room to grow on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
All right. Okay. So what made you get into insurance in the first place?
Just, after college, I was just filling out a bunch of applications, trying to find a job. And this one just seemed the easiest. You just get licensed and you can start. So, and I saw that you can make some decent money in it. So I just thought I'd give it a shot. And also the appeal to me was that you create your own schedule. And you sort of worked for yourself as opposed to, following orders and this and that.
Okay. What did you study in college, by the way?
Economics.
Okay.
Yeah, I graduated with a degree in economics.
So what did you originally want to do with that?
No idea. I had no idea. So, yeah, I got out of college. Yeah, got out of college was just bartending. And, I didn't know what was going to come after that. So luckily I found this.
Okay. Yeah, because it's always a curious journey for most people, because I'm like no one on this call, no one's like that's listening it says like I just want to get into insurance. Like
No
when they're
one.
time from they're a kid, they're like, what do you want to do? What do you want to be when you grow up? And they ask you in elementary
Sell
school.
insurance.
Exactly. I had no idea this kind of money was in insurance at all.
Yeah. Well, we saw in a study, right? It's the most profitable industry out there.
Mhm.
There's
Yeah.
more millionaires, I think, than real estate. It's some stat that I heard.
Mhm.
Something like that.
Yeah. And this is all on the internet, so it's got to be real.
Wikipedia specifically.
It's all facts.
All right, but so you just came off of so you started with this back in February or so, right? That's when you met Clifton at
Yeah.
You met for a brief moment, but
Yeah, I met him too,
Mhm.
which was cool.
Yeah, we had lunch and then we didn't see him again.
Yeah.
He ghosted us too. But then he came back and been doing his thing. So I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
insane.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So you've been here for a few months. You just came off of your best month, which is you did over 20,000 for the month. So that's close to $20,000 in deposits in your account.
Mhm.
Was that the most you've ever made?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I used to bus throughout college. I think I made that much in a year busing. So
I
yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
So okay, let's break down the process then. So for you to make 20,000, like obviously we buy leads here at Family First Life, which is actually a good thing. I think a lot of people talk about it. And like we used to think about it that way, like, oh man, we have to buy leads because we're like, you think about like, what if I spend money and I don't make it, or I don't make enough for profit? But for everyone that's working full time, everybody knows if you spend money on leads, you work a regular schedule, you're gonna make money and you're gonna make a profit. And now the only thing is how good you're gonna get and how much experience you gain from this and how much of a profit you can make. Okay. Now, Julio is someone that I was really excited to speak to because I'm like, I love hearing from brand new people because I like to hear their perspective on this because you've right up from the gate, you started buying leads, you started booking your appointments, started running appointments. So was that scary for you at all?
I mean, initially it's sort of, it's tough investing that much money, but like if you just look at the numbers everyone's been preaching, is literally just a numbers game. The more you invest, the more you're going to make. So it works better on a larger scale. You can't invest a little because then you're just going to make a little. So it's just logic based. You just have to work the numbers in your favor.
That's major key.
Yeah. So what is your typical schedule look like for the week?
I go based on how it's, how everyone does it, Mondays and Thursdays, dial days, and running the 2 days after.
Okay. And how much do you invest a week on leads?
Probably, I don't really keep track because I don't like to, when I try to when I keep track too much, I'm like, oh, did I profit off of this one and that one?
Right.
So I sort of just, I invest as I see the leads pop up, but I'd say anywhere between 15 to 1,800.
Okay. And so do you shoot for a certain number of, do you just buy whatever's available, or do you try to shoot for a certain number of leads each week?
I buy whatever's available as it pops up in the CRM, the instant and new internet leads, but I shoot for, 80 to 100 each dial session.
Okay. And then have you dialed in the phones before prior to coming to Family First Life?
No, the only phone experience I had was in the restaurant, answering customers, calling the restaurant, but that's it.
It was much different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah. So getting used to the phones, were you good right from the start? Did you get better? Did you see improvement? Did you see progress? Like how did it go for you?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've definitely got better from the start. It was definitely rough booking appointments to begin with, but I knew it was going to be a learning curve, just like everyone says. So I just stuck to it. And with anything in life, you're just going to get better the more you do it. So I eventually got a little bit better.
Good. Yeah, because that's one of the things Cliff and I always talk about, because you're in a different state totally from us, and the only time we've ever met you was that time at convention, and we met you for honestly just like one day or one lunch, and then you ghosted these guys. But I think it's a really cool story because people tend to think we need to have really close and direct contact all the time for us to be able to train and coach somebody up. Whereas this is the same thing you guys thought when you guys came in. You're like, I'm gonna spend time with this guy, spend time with this girl. And I'm like, it's really not really needed like that. Just make yourself available, keep yourself available for people. And then when they need stuff, they'll reach out. Yeah. And you had no problem reaching out, right, Julio?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's always willing to help out. And, it's always good help too. It's always quick, instant, and yeah, it's always available.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things I talked about last week, actually. How it was really cool. Like when you first started in the field, you didn't even need to. You went through the normal training stuff, which is really simple, basic. But the thing is, when you started running appointments, what was your method so you can figure out how to sell or what to show?
I just took a picture of all the meds, their budget, and just said, what do I go with? And that's it. And I mean, just from doing that and like seeing all the other messages in the group chat, you sort of learn how to qualify people. And you just have to take notice of that kind of stuff, and it start to come naturally.
So yeah, we have like a data sheet or an intake sheet where we take down the client's info, kind of get their age, their health, medical conditions, medications, and then at that point, then Julio used to just take a picture of it, post it on our group chat, which our group chat's pretty cool. Everyone kind of helps each other out, and everyone, as soon as someone sees something, probably have like 3 or 4 people respond all at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's just keeping it simple. Obviously, you need the help at the beginning, just to be certain. Even though if you didn't have help, I'm sure you would have figured it out anyway. But it's always nice to know that you have a little bit of backup behind you, right? So then if you just post it, and then that's one thing I think is really neat to see too, is just that you used to post it for everyone, and then now you're still selling, but you're posting less and less of them because you've picked it up, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've learned a lot just from, doing that and seeing other people post in that group chat, and, just paying attention to how you guys respond to other people too. I learned how to qualify people as well.
Student of the game, man.
Having a community where everyone just looks to help one another. I mean, it does wonders, and it's less work for everybody, right? Because obviously you can reach out to Cliff, you can reach out to myself, you can reach out to anyone in the group, but we just all do this together. I mean, think about how quick and easy it is.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I just think I think it's amazing. I actually think it's just genius, just how you really don't need anyone but yourself. Like we've got FFL USA on YouTube. If you're not subscribed to their channel, you got to be subscribed. You got to be subscribed to our channel, FFL Elite. Everything you need is there. So like our old company, our practice company, we did a lot of field training. We did a lot of, all right, you got to come see me in the field. Literally, have you seen Julio since convention?
No.
Yeah, like, and
Zoom call.
Yeah, Zoom call, but in person. And it's just, for anyone in the call right now that's new and you feel like, I feel like, and because I went through it as well, like, man, I need to see you in person. And I've got some people, that are contacting me right now wanting to do that. Just know that, first of all, it's not that we don't like you and we don't want to do it. It's just, it's not necessary. Right. And in reality, the best training, I mean, what Sean, Andrew, Albert teaches is that new agents, your focus is 100 appointments as soon as possible, because that's how you're going to learn the most. You really just need yourself. But I mean, if you listen to Julio, he started with the picture. Now he is just posting the AP. He's mostly just posting 1680 Eagle, emoji. And we can see the progression, but it's all because he's been plugged in. He's been putting in the effort. So again, if he can do it, I mean, anybody can do it, and it's that easy. Just keep it simple. So I think it's funny because I always point to you for some of my team trainings when I do them, and I'm like, just do what Julio's doing. Just take a picture, gather the because it's just it's because it's just the fastest way actually to do it. Post a picture. Albert's always available. John's available. Someone's always available to where we're going to give you the answer, and then you just move quickly. And that's what we want. We want people to move fast. We want you to make money fast so you can continue to move fast, and never really going slow. So kudos to you, man, for actually following and sticking to the system.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, even when we give the answer, if you guys haven't picked up by now, if anyone says like, what should I go with? I'm like, Americo, Aetna, Prosperity as a backup, and then AIG last resort. I'm like, it's like I look at these and I'm kind of, if there's something that's obvious that knocks it out, I'll be like, okay, you can't go with this one, you got to go with this one. But for the most part, I just like look at it and I'm like, here we go, America or Aetna. Right. it's like there's like no like deliberation on my part. It's
copy and paste.
Yeah. So What's the next step for you, Julio? I mean, obviously you're going to continue to go out there and make more money for yourself, but you looking to build a team eventually, or you looking to hit different levels as a producer? What's the next step?
Yeah, next I definitely want to hit 30K as well as start recruiting. I'm actually bringing one of my good friends out to the conference in LA next month. So, I'm going to try to start him off and as well as, pursue a couple other friends and then eventually start pursuing more than that, with the recruiting platform.
So do you see the huge opportunity of Family First Life?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's insane how big the opportunity is.
Yeah. How old are you, Julio?
24.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I look younger, but I'm 24.
I thought you were actually like 19. So I was like, dang, this kid is killing it. I mean, you're still young. You're still young, yeah. But yeah, no, that's awesome. How much you make last month? 20 G's?
24 AP, yeah.
Ooh, there it is.
So that paid you probably like
close to 20,000 around somewhere.
Right about, yeah.
Good question, man. How does it feel to make $20,000 in a month and be only 24?
It doesn't make sense, man. Like that's what everyone asks me. It really doesn't make sense. It doesn't feel real. I still feel broke. I still spend like I'm broke.
Good.
That's not bad.
That's
actually.
Really
yeah.
Smart, actually. Yeah.
Because especially, I mean, being in business and you talking about wanting to grow, it's one of the things I'm learning where, okay, you'll make a lot of money. Could you spend it all? You could. But, if we look at Albert, who 4 years, he's a board member. What he's doing is he's putting all of his money right back into the business.
Yep.
So there's no accident and there's no confusion about why he's outgrowing a lot of people that have been here for the same time. It's simply because he's just putting more money back into the business. So you talk about wanting to grow. That's what Clifton and I are talking about is, okay, 20 racks, cool. You made that, but now you got to really like evaluate everything. Obviously pay your bills and everything, but have some fun. I mean, we all have a little bit, we have to have a balance. But if you throw a lot of money right back into the business, just like, you purchase the leads for clients and instance and all that on the CRM, same thing on the recruiting side, you will explode. Before you know, you'll be sales manager. You might just even skip that and just hit senior sales in 1 month. So that's really the bigger picture because we can't do integrity alone. We have to have a team.
Absolutely.
We have to have a team. Big team.
Yeah. And that's exactly it. I mean, like it's no matter how much money you make, if you want to grow your business, you can't continue to spend what you've been spending and expect to get bigger results. I mean, obviously you'll get better, you'll improve over time because your practical experience will allow you to get better results in less time or with less resources. But I mean, how happy are you really going to be if you continue to be at the same level that you are right now in a year from now, or even like 6 months from now? Like that's something that's never really sat well with me. And, I've been very blessed. I mean, and here's the thing, like whatever money that I've made or whatever growth that we've had, the thing is there's other people here doing it way faster than I am. So, I'm nothing special. It's not, I have like some secret formula. I'm just trying to follow what other people are doing. And Sean Mike keeps it very simple. Andrew Taylor keeps it very simple. Just get your leads, invest in your business and continue to work hard, just continue to work as much as you can. And don't be satisfied with what you're doing. We just came off $1 million a month. And for me, I was like, oh, that's cool. But now how do we get other people to $1 million?
Yeah. It's funny you say that because I mean I just came off biggest month too, 39,000.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Which I was like, okay, that's crazy. But yeah, I'm literally looking at like, okay, that's cool. I have this like figured out type of thing. We can do this. But what about my team? Like I'm literally like looking at Desiree. I'm looking at Carlos. I'm looking at all the brand new agents, and I'm like, okay, now we have to duplicate and grow as a team because you'll get to the point, where it's no longer about you. And I know in the beginning, and I think Julio is a perfect example. Now that you're figuring this out, you're picking up a rhythm, you've got this unlock type of thing. You're investing X amount of dollars. You know how many appointments you need. You're going to lock it in for sure, where you're going to know, no doubt that you'll be hitting these numbers regardless of what happens, right? Then it becomes about like, your kids, your team. Yeah, you have to recreate that. I mean, you don't have to, right? Like if you want to be a producer, teach their own. But I think for a lot of people on here that want to build is yeah, we got to start thinking about that other person. You know, we got to start thinking about, you know, our people and help them get there, and you know, just do the same thing we did. So I think it all starts with leading from the front. I think Sean, Andrew, you know, Albert, they always talk about like the people that lead from the front have the fastest growing teams.
Yeah.
Like you don't necessarily need to do that, but if you do, like there's no coincidence that people will see you, they look up to you, you have credibility, and then they just want to copy you. It's just, okay, what are you doing? All right, my way isn't working. Let me just humble myself and actually just do whatever, you know, needs to be done. Cause that's actually essentially what I did, where I was doing whatever the heck I was doing. Convention hits, and I'm like, oh, they're all doing the same thing, meaning they're all spending this. And then I was just like, let me humble myself, let me shut up, and like, you know, stop coming up with these creative ways that are really slowing me down, and let me just do it the way they're doing it. And oh my God, it works.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you know, yeah.
So what's your plan, Cliff? What's your plan with Julio and your team?
So I was actually talking to Julio a few days ago about like recruiting and just like helping him build his agency and grow and things like that. So my plan is to basically dive deep into this recruiting platforms and continue to invest all that money into it, and that way we can like grow by multiplication rather than addition, and be able to kind of like support my team, not just, you know, Julio or not just Marlon, but also the new you know, the newbies that's coming in as well, and basically just grow and get our integrity though, guys. You know what I'm saying? Just live it up. You know what I'm saying? Have fun, make money, and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
So Clifton, so I don't know if Julio, I don't know if Clifton's told you, but we made a bet last week.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, let's,
we're gonna let the whole world
turn
know.
the
turn the volume
up.
Everybody know.
Turn the
Everybody
volume
know.
up.
Turn it up.
Record it.
How many of you guys would think Clifton would look good with a shaved head? So that's the bet. He came up 12,000 shy of just qualifying for vice president, which is great, you know. But we put the pressure on him and said, you got to hit vice president this month. So if you don't, we're shaving his head.
I'm keeping the waves though, so you already know I'm gonna hit that 150. I'm gonna hit that 150. I gotta keep it.
You're gonna hit it 100%.
100%.
No doubt.
No cap.
And look, there's
Yeah.
a lot on the line,
And
because for the past 4 months, this guy has been talking about his waves every time we're in the office.
Yeah.
He's like,
It's
hey
looking
man, I'm gonna go
nasty right
swimming in
now,
these
though.
waves on my head, man. I'm like, bro, shut up. So like, this means a lot to him. This means a lot to him.
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely
Have
gonna hit
you
that.
ever been
No, never.
bald like now? No?
Never.
Okay.
And I never will.
Well, Julio, how about you and I
that.
just stop working? And
I go double time. I'm grinding 60,000 this month.
No, it's just a little something for fun. But obviously, you got to continue to make your money, continue to have your growth.
Most definitely.
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to ask you, you know, since you are in a different state from us, you know, you met us at Day Convention.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever thought about like, oh, I'm out here by myself? And did it ever give you like any pause or make you think like, I need people around me to make this thing work in order for this thing to actually work? Or did you have confidence?
No, not at all. I definitely had confidence because, I mean, like we touched on earlier, that group chat is literally all anyone needs. All the help you need is going to be right there. And even if you need more help, you can just call your upline and have a more direct sense of help. But no, I never felt like I was, you know, at a disadvantage at all. No.
Okay. Did you ever reach out to your upline or reach out to the group and didn't get a response?
Never. No.
Let us know, Julio. Let us know.
no. Every single time I got it.
Yeah, I got clippers in the bathroom.
So being that you're out there by yourself, I mean, obviously FFL has a goal of opening 400 offices throughout the country, and they will continue to expand everywhere. Where do you do your dials from? Where do you set up all your appointments?
I do it right here in my apartment. Yeah, I just do it right here every Monday and Thursday.
There you go.
Awesome.
So yeah, I mean, because we get that a lot. People are like, oh, I can't concentrate at home, or I can't do my work. And which, I mean, I get it. There's people have distractions, but if you're really committed to doing it, I mean, it's not really an excuse for anybody. You'll find a way. If you don't want to do it, or you're not really that serious about it, you'll find the reasons why you can't do it. Right. So
exactly. Yeah, it's all just about discipline. If you're willing to discipline yourself, you're going to be able to do it. You're going to be successful in this business.
Big facts.
Yeah. So, any tips for new agents out there? Anyone that's looking to maybe join FFL? Like, what do they need to do to get off to a good start like you and continue to grow as a new agent?
I think a big thing for me is just having a disciplined schedule, having the same routine every day, whether it's getting up, going to the gym, just something to set your mind right before dial sessions, before your appointments, just something consistent, and that'll eventually build success. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's great advice. You're way more mature than I was at the age of 24. I mean, I don't think I could have handled all that, but
tell me about it.
Yeah, I'm really proud. Any of the questions you guys have for Julio while we have him on?
Can't even think of any right now. Actually, yeah. So I know you're out there in New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Like, have you experienced anything like in the field that you wanted to like share? Anything like you thought that you weren't able to to overcome right then and there?
No, the only thing that I've struggled with personally that I feel like I haven't got a hold of is door knock.
Okay.
I haven't had a single success door knocking, and I've done like countless of them, but that's the only thing that I still haven't got any success in. Everything else, I've got a hang of, but still no success in door knocks.
Well, that's a beautiful thing about owning your own business. I mean, number one, there's tons of training out there on how to become a better door knocker, and you want to set your appointments that way. But
exactly,
like Darren Lee at the sales conference this past week, he had an awesome training, so he went over that. But I mean, that's the beauty of this business too. If you don't want to door knock, just buy more leads. Like
exactly.
We hear plenty of people talk about that. They're like, yeah, we understand door knocking works and plenty of people make money off of it, but I just don't want to do it. So I just buy more leads.
I literally, I mean, I told my team that I think 2 days ago, where I was like, I'm not saying door knocking doesn't work. Don't hear what I'm not saying, but I'm actually that guy. I hate door knocking, and I would rather purchase 50 more leads, book more appointments. And I promise you, I have not door knocked in, I don't know,
since
we believe
since our old practice company. Practice.
I remember that.
And if I did door knock here, I was really reluctant to. Oh, I think you and I door knocked
we did.
wherever we went in the middle of nowhere.
I forgot.
Lancaster or something.
Was it Lancaster?
We door knocked two. We door knocked 2 homes, and we called it a day.
Yeah.
It's just but again, some people, Darren's probably saying like, you guys are retarded, but Darren's really good at it, right? Darren likes it, and if it works for you, do it. Like do more of what works.
Yeah, I know people that kill it off.
Yeah.
Like they prefer door knocks. So.
Yeah, I used to enjoy when I was still running appointments, because the thing is, it's easy. It's easier for them to hang up on you on the phone, but then in person, for me, I always got some good results off of it. So I mean, that part I didn't mind, but yeah, I mean, that's also we had a different subset. We had a limited number of leads each month.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we had to use every part of it, had to make most of it. But here in this situation, it's like, you don't want door knock. You throw money or you throw time at it, right? Everything else. So.
It's empowering for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember back then being like, okay, you ran through these, 10 times, you did your due diligence, you got your referrals. Cool. Now you have to door knock and you have no options. And and here, I mean, you could just be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna just buy more leads if I don't want to door knock, which is really cool.
It's funny, like
people take that for granted here. They don't. I mean, they don't know. They weren't where we were at before.
Like we should send them back to.
Yeah, train them, boot camp. It's like Scared Straight.
Suffer a little bit.
That's funny.
What were you saying?
Yeah, since we're all talking about door knocks, I just remembered like my favorite experience door knocking is back at the practice company. And like I was like kind of like, I didn't really like door knocking because it was like, man, I don't want to do this. Yeah. But whatever the case might be, I went up there, door knocked this one dude. And I was like, I shot him with a joke for some reason. I don't know why it came out like that. I was like, let's say his name was John. I was like, man, John, like, man, you harder to find than me in a dark room. And he started busting up laughing. He's laughing hard. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. He's like, come on in, man. I've been waiting for you. I was like, oh man, thank God. It was funny. I remember that. That was a good experience.
Yeah. Not all of you guys can use that joke.
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I really appreciate you coming on, Julio. It's great to actually get a chance to sit down and talk to you, aside from just through the group chat and just for work stuff, because it's always great to hear new agent success, as I alluded to before. I mean, and just want to see you continue to grow, continue to do your thing, because you're just barely getting started. I love the confidence for a guy your age, and proud of you, everything about you except for that hat.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna send you a Dodgers hat. Don't worry.
I'll wear it if you send it to me. It's got to be black though. Got to be a black one.
Liddy.
So coachable.
All right. Well,
Hey, thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it.
of
Yeah,
course,
most
we're looking
definitely.
forward to having you on again next time you hit your next milestone, and
Yes, sir.
continue to do your thing, continue to follow the system, and there's nothing but up for you to go.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, so I appreciate all you guys getting on. Let's have a great week. Let's make it really productive because
Kill
we control
it,
everything. So
sir.
let's make it happen.
30K.
See you guys.